Hi everybody, it's me Beth. I wanted to do a quick update on the new Scott games. The update to that with the 3 new characters plus the one that I wasn't able to cover in my 54% video. It is April Fool's Day at the time of this recording, so I have a sneaking suspicion that the last 3 are just Scott being April Fool jokes. But let's get to the one that's actually legit. Freddy Fazbear. He approaches from the left hall, emerging from the darkness and progressing from the stage towards your door. Keep track of him on the monitor and shut the door when he is standing in the doorway to turn away. He moves faster as the building gets warmer, so try to keep him at a cool 60 degrees whenever possible. AKA, Freddy's actually going to cause some scares instead of waiting till it's dark and when he's torn apart. So, yay for Freddy! He's gonna actually do some work in order to cause some scares. So that's Freddy Fazbear. It looks like it's another consequence of heating. I do find it weird that if it's hotter than 60 degrees, Freddy Fazbear comes in. I don't know if that's kind of a reference to something, or if it's just Freddy's like, holy crap, it's getting too warm. Are you okay? Or if he's like the reverse of, the stereotypical grandma of oh, it's warm, it's too cold. Here, have a sweater. Let me stuff you in a Fazbear suit so you can stay warm. Or something. But, yeah. So, so now we are at the 3. The 3 that were posted today, that is most likely at least for me, I believe the April Fool's joke animatronics. Just the ones that he said, ha, funny. But I'll get to my thoughts on if they're true or not. So, first off, we have Nightmare Freddy. He appears suddenly in your office holding an alarm clock. You only have a moment to press the button and activate the alarm. If you press the button in time, you will awaken in your bed for 10 seconds before falling back asleep and continuing the night. Okay. So, I do think it's kind of weird that he just kind of hold a random object or an alarm clock, but I guess it does make sense because he's Nightmare Freddy. Interesting line about the fact that you'll wake up in your bed and then you fall back asleep before continuing the night, which means, at least in the Ultimate Custom Night, this isn't if what Nightmare Freddy, Foxy, and Phone Guy are all about is true, then this is just a dream sequence. It's all just a dream. Which, your mileage may vary. Next up, we have Foxy. He will run into your office when things are looking dire and offer to help you. You can choose one of the 3 ways for him to assist. He can block one door, clear the vents, or add 1% more power to your meter. This one's actually kind of cool, and I actually kind of like this one because ever since the beginning of Five Nights at Freddy's, there's kind of been this thing with the fandom that Foxy's actually the good guy. He's the one guy who wants you to be cool, but because of either miscommunication, the fact that he screams really loudly, the fact that there is a chance that in FNAF 1, when he's like, ah! and screams at you, your character kind of has a heart attack, and Freddy's like, he's dead, let's go stuff him in the suit now. Good job, Foxy. Foxy's just like, oh. This does feel for me very much the April Fool's joke, but I do think it would be kind of funny if you had like an animatronic or something where they could, I don't know, do something that would kind of give you a free pass in case things got dire, like, oh hey, reset, like, Withered Chica's stuck in the vents. I've got 6 people trying to kill me through the vents. Foxy, can you fix it? And he's like, I got it! Grabs a plunger and just Super Foxy Sunshine. Cleans the pipes. Alright, our last guy Phone guy, he will call into your office at random, creating a lot of noise and momentarily increasing the aggressiveness of the animatronics. He cannot call, however, if Springtrap is in the vents because he can't be in two places at once at the same time. Two things. One, very rude, just to call at random, and just call. And two, apparently Phone Guy has not heard of a cell phone. Of course, this is the implication that Phone Guy is Springtrap, who was the murderer, who killed the kids, and would explain why the animatronics are angry because they keep hearing the voice of the killer, but this is very convoluted even for FNAF. So, yeah. So those are the 4 animatronics that have been updated. 3 that I believe are definite April Fool's jokes for Scott, because it just seems very ridiculous, very cheesy. Like, of course Nightmare Freddy would have the alarm clock, because the bully who has the Freddy mask is just the one staring as the Foxy and the Bonnie just kind of shove the kid into the Fredbear and is just kind of like, I told you this wasn't gonna work. And very, I don't want to say pandering, but very cheesy and kind of like, okay, this is kind of shouting out to the fans who've been there for a while because it's like, Foxy's a good guy, Phone Guy's the murderer, etc., etc. However, I do think that there might be some mechanic hints for this. For Nightmare Freddy, obviously there's going to be something that you have to click on to make him disappear. Probably similar to FNAF 4, you would be able to, there'd be Freddles, the little bear Freddies, showing up and just kind of causing a ruckus. You gotta shine your flashlight and keep them away, or else the big guy shows up. For Foxy, I do think he's gonna run to the office, and you have 3 options to stop him or get rid of him, or something: slamming the door, clearing the vents, or, I don't know, controlled shock, where giving up some of your power, you can hit a controlled shock, and that kind of wipes your slate clean. The animatronics are like, oh no, we out. Except for Withered Chica, who's just kind of like, I'm still stuck. Please, help the poor fried chicken. And Phone Guy, I do think he's going to call at random. There's going to be random times he calls, which you have to find or type in a code in order to skip the call. On the one hand, if you skip the call, you don't get any cool lore bits or whatever. You don't get, like, lore bits and timeline stuff. You let the call go through, you risk ticking off the Music Man behind you and ticking off more of the animatronics. So, I do think that while Nightmare Freddy, Foxy, and Phone Guy are definite April Fool's pranks, I do think that there is some hints to what they'll actually do in-game. So, those are my thoughts on the matter. Feel free to comment down below and see what other fun... Well, comment below with whether or not you think this is legitimate, whether Scott decided to pull the bait and switch and post legit stuff on April Fools, so we think it's April Fools and therefore not believe it, and they're kind of just spinning into a cycle of confusion, if then kind of thing. Comment with your own suggestions and what you think, what Scott's up to, and whether or not you think the alarm clock will be kind of Freddy themed, or it's just going to be a standard alarm clock. Either way, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day, and see you soon.